Welcome to Inmate Tea with AMP. I'm your host, April, and on the line is my co-host, Pig. And we are talking about National Gun Violence Awareness Month, which is this month of June, and it is a time for reflection, action, and awareness. It's a month dedicated to raising our voices against the tragedy of gun violence that affects countless lives every day, and it has affected my life. I was shot over 20 years ago, and it has affected Pig's life. He is a victim of gun violence as well. So this kind of hits home for us and was something important that we really want to talk about. And on the line, we have our incarcerated guest, Gregory Robinson. Welcome, Gregory. You're here today to talk to us about a campaign that you have going called Guns Down, Books Up, and we're here to listen all about it. Welcome.
Good morning, April. How are you doing, Brother Pig? How are you as well, brother?
We are doing great, and we're excited to have you on to talk about this topic.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, you just got mine. As you said, my name is Greg Robinson. I'm from Beckley. I'm from a small town in West Virginia called Beckley, West Virginia. East Park, East Beckley, that's where I come from. I came down to North Carolina in the mid-'90s. When I got down here, just like any child, man, any kid, man, they come down here, if there ain't nothing going on, you find yourself to get yourself involved into something, which is the biggest misconception of living a life when we should be living and just having fun as kids. We're trying to find something to get into, being allured by the many deceptions going on in this world that takes us down. So in my course of growing up at a young age down there, I got into what we call gang activity, being around people with guns, talking about guns, listening to music that's dealing with guns. Everything that was going on in the 90s, it had gun written all over it. Bad decision. That was my first bad decision, not listening to my mom, man, not listening to my father, not listening to those around me about the illusion that was put out there for us to grab and to stay away from that illusion and stick with the reality of what life was all about. So not listening, I decided to make a bad decision. And in that bad decision, I took 4 other people with me. 2 murders that happened that night with what I call a drug deal going bad. But, they say it was a robbery, planned robbery. However they want to call it, I'm not in here to speak about all that, but it was still a bad decision that involved guns, and 2 people lost their life that night. That right there was the changes my life as well, my mother's life, my daughter's life, my son's life, and anybody that was involved in the situation, indirectly and directly. It was a problem. It was a situation that affected everybody. So over the course of my incarceration, now I've been incarcerated for 28 years. For those 2 counts of murders, I pled out to lesser charges, what gave me a 72-year sentence. Still got maybe 30 more roughly to do, barring the situation. The governor may let me out. Laws may change, whatever it may be. But in the event of all of that, I can't wait for that. I decided to take upon action. And this is where wisdom of creation comes into play. It's all about helping the youth see the realities of life and being able to make that great decision. Because people like me, Pig, yourself, man, by us being in this situation for our bad decision, we've lived the bad decisions. We have the experience. So now it's time for us to give back to the youth, because we are the future, to help them see that, listen, we done lived that bad decision. It's a decision that you don't have to make. So what I've done is I've created an umbrella. It's like Dr. Seuss, he was the man for the kids. When I was growing up, all you heard was about Dr. Seuss, but I never really heard about anything for the youth. So I said, you know what? I got us. I got the youth. So now I've developed this whole platform called Wisdom of Creation. And everything I write is geared towards the youth, ages 8 years old, 10 years old, and up to 23, 25, and beyond that, because the message goes beyond that. And I've taken animals because people love animals. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves animals, right?
Yeah. Right.
We love the dog.
So I took these. So I took these animals, right, and they gonna tell the story. They gonna tell the story. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My turtle, my first book is called Wisdom of Creation, the Turtle. So the turtle and Nick, she comes in, she teaches everybody how to be comfortable with who they are, because peer pressure, things of that nature. People they try to to please other people. And this is why we started getting inside of games, doing bad things, trying to follow and please people. But the turtle, and next she comes to teach her, listen, be confident in yourself. Be patient in life. When trouble comes around, get back into your shell. Think about it for a moment. Ponders, acceptance, and patience. That's in that book. My next book is Wisdom of Creation, the Dolphin. This is my granddaughter. She is the star in this book, Aria. Now, in this book, what we got is a dolphin trying to teach everybody about communication. See, we got communication going on in this world. A lot of people can understand what direction to go. By not having a proper communication, another reason why we pick these guns up or we resort back to making bad decisions, because life has not been communicated to the kids in a proper way. And then my third book, which is called Wisdom of Creation, Color and Activity book. This book here is a book designed to where parents and children can interact, or the youth can interact, or incarcerated parents and their youth can interact with each other, but also build that relationship. Because one of the problems today is that we don't have a proper relationship with the youth. We don't spend no time with them. We allow for them to be free to do what they want to do, but we don't spend no time with them as far as educating them about life. The simplest thing is about character traits and so on and so. Using my animals again to teach us about certain character traits. Because whether you want to agree with it or not, everything in creation has a connection. Everything. From the trees to the animals, to the water, you know what I'm saying, to the sun, to the moon, whatever it may be, we got a connection with the creation. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in God or however you want to do, we have a connection with everything on this earth. So I use the earth, I use the creation to tell these stories. Then I got a short story book out as well, man. It's good. It's excellent, too. Inspiration to those in wheelchairs, those who are divided, whatever it may be. It's inspirational, too. And my last book that I just put out, and I got many more to come, but the ones I got out, this last one, this is what I'm using for Guns Down Books Up, promoting it real heavy. And it's called Wisdom of Creation, A Conscious Journey of My Unfolding, a guided journal.
All right.
Gun violence, man. Yeah, gun violence and suicides, they are the leading two causes of death for our youth in America.
Yeah.
Point blank. More than 7,000 Americans ages 10 to 24 have died by suicide from 2018 to 2021. In 2024, more than 1,400 youth under the age of 18 were killed by gun violence, and nearly 3,800 were injured. You feel what I'm saying? Now, what's astounding to my heart? Yeah, bro.
That's unbelievable, you know. That's unbelievable, bro, because when you say the numbers, we know it's happening, but we don't understand it. But then you just spoke these numbers, and I'm sitting here like, whoa. And, bro, this book you're talking about, Connecting with the Earth, you know, as being a Native American and just a person of nature in general. You know, April's a big nature lover. I'm a big nature lover.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that really resonates with us, but it's also getting the kids to look outside their window and get away from that video game and those video games that promoting all this shooting and killing. Get away from those and get back outside and get back in tune with Earth. I'm loving what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Please continue.
Let me share something with you, Pig. Native means what?
Native means here, now. The native to this land. You know, the people.
Original. That original.
Yeah, aboriginal. Yeah.
Right. My, I believe everybody has a little Native American within their bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Being in this place right here.
Yeah.
But when you look back in history and you study and you look at the people, Native Americans, even Africans, you know what I'm saying? These people were in tune with the nature. And that's what I believe. Right. And that's what I believe. You got to look back and towards this nature, man. Look inside of this creation, man, to get an understanding of your purpose and how you're supposed to move. And as I was saying, man, what's also astounding to my heart, you're going to like this number right here. There are reports. It is an estimated 3 million kids, man. 3 million, bro. They witness a shooting each year.
Wow.
Each year.
That is crazy.
That's tough to think about.
It's something to think about, man. They say between, as I put on my Facebook page, they say between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock p.m., it is a moment when youth crime and violence peaks.
Hmm.
3 o'clock to 6
Wow.
o'clock, bro. That's after school and before you're supposed to go in. They get in trouble. When I was growing up, Mama would make your boy come home in, sit at that table, watch Tom and Jerry, do their doggone homework.
Absolutely.
What you were saying about this gun violence, you know, our kids, they're playing these video games and getting an ideology of, you know, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, picking up these guns. I mean, even in your era, my era, April's era, people were picking up guns. Guns are not taboo. But it's like it's went from a certain level to astronomical numbers. These numbers that you just quoted, 3 million kids, you know, experience gun violence every year from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. This is when kids are getting off of school. This is their time when they walk out of that school to be going home or going to an after school program to continue their education and becoming, you know, be molded into good, fine pupils to go on and do something special with their lives. But they're not getting that because we as adults are failing the youth.
Yeah. And like Mr. Robinson said, just like when I was growing up, I remember it being that it was in songs so much in the music that we listened to. It was talked about and kind of glorified using guns for violence. And now it's this huge shift for children because, you know, having 2 small children myself, I see it in video games like Roblox. If parents are not talking to their children about these things, they need to be, because it is pushed on children as young as, well, my children are under 10 years old, and they're exposed to it through video games that they play. It's something that I've had to discuss with them very early on about guns, their intended use, and things like that, gun safety. So, you know, it is now with this age of video games and social media, it's put in their face so much, you know, so it is alarming to hear those numbers. But then at the same time, whenever I think about all the channels that are used to promote gun violence, you know, to our children, it makes sense. Those numbers make sense.
We need it. One of my biggest things is that, and this is the reason why I write these books. I try to educate I try to encourage the kids to listen, the youth, pick up these books, because life is about making great decisions. You know what I'm saying? The gun itself, it doesn't make the decision to shoot. The person behind the gun shoots the gun. The decision comes from the hand, not the gun. The gun just sits there. It ain't doing nothing. It just sits there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But somebody has to make the gun do what it do. So that means that education, as what you were saying, April, it has to be taught. You know what I'm saying? We have to let the people know, let the youth know to listen, man. First and foremost, you ain't old enough to carry a gun, so you shouldn't have had this gun. But the end game is, man, like I try to tell everybody, there's 2 things in life, man, that we know is, there's one thing in life that we know is for sure. It's called death. Death has its timing. You know what I'm saying? Death has its timing. It has its timing. But we are not supposed to be those ones who determine when a person decides it's time for you to die. Because life is bigger than that moment of that argument and things of that nature that's going on. You know, Buck Pig, man, we both in this environment. We see the kids that's coming in here, and they don't really want to pick the gun up, but that peer pressure, man, not being encouraged to make that great decision, that's what they're on. So, you know, at the end of the day, man, I appreciate you two for what y'all doing, first and foremost with MAT, to be able to help get our voices out there, because if not, you know, they need to hear it from us. You know, they need to hear it from us. The guys within these walls is one, because everything comes with change. And in order for change to come, you have to be able to act behind it. Another reason why Wisdom of Creation, why I developed, created Wisdom of Creation, man. I encourage everybody, man, to go to Amazon Books, go on my Facebook page, which is Wisdom of Creation #2, and look at the things that I have up over there. You know, I got quotes over there where I just speak about, you know, just life, man. I try to encourage the youth about making great decisions. All my books, you can see them there. I got many books that's coming in the future, hopefully, because, like, you know, like I said, Dr. Seuss was the umbrella for the kids. Greg Robinson, Wisdom of Creation. Yeah, I'm going to be the umbrella for the youth. but I need the people. I need the people to hear MAT, to hear me here, to go on there and look. You know, I'm not established as you have these big-time offers in the world. I'm trying to get there. I'm incarcerated. I'm doing the best I can do with the help I got. I appreciate everybody that's on my team that's helping me. But someday I'm going to be out there and everybody's going to hear about it. And MAT going to be a part of that movement as well. But before I go, April and Brother Pig, if y'all don't have any more questions, I wanted to leave everybody with this right here, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
And what it's called, I have it on my sites, but I want to give it to y'all as well, so y'all's followers can hear this too. What it says is, it says, prove them different. They say you are young people without a conscience. Who said this? Why would they say this? When I shared this with the elder, he looked at me and said, yeah, they got a conscience, brother. They're very much aware. They just don't care. So I sat back and I asked myself, how could they not care about life? How could they not care about freedom and all the perks that comes with life and freedom? Do they ever comprehend what liberty is? It is freedom to move about when you want to. Freedom to use your own bathroom without someone looking at you. Freedom to wear your own undergarments. Freedom to be you. You know? Maybe you do care, but you just don't understand the consequences for not protecting the prized jewel entrusted to you. Your life, your life, your life. Put the guns down, young brothers and sisters. Pick the books up. You will be amazed by the information you read and what one sentence can do for you in your everyday walk. Prove them different. Guns down, books up. Follow me on Wisdom of Creation 2, Facebook and Instagram. My books are on Amazon.
Okay.
Promote it. Let everybody, promote it. Let everybody know. Guns down, books up.
Absolutely.
June. National Gun Awareness Month. We need this. And beyond this month, we need this. Guns down, books up.
Yeah.
I love you all.
I love this campaign you have going, the Guns Down, Books Up. And, it's all about promoting literacy and education as powerful tools to combat the cycle of violence. I love that. And by encouraging young people to pick up a book instead of a weapon, you're not just creating a safer community, but you're nurturing future leaders, thinkers, and change makers. And I'm all for that. So thank you so much, Mr. Robinson, for coming on and telling us your story and telling us about this campaign.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much.